Welcome to the Fermat podcast. Today, we've got Ermina Avdisha joining us. Ermina is a tech consultant for digital product creation in fashion brands. After helping global brands do that transformation, she's now decided to move independently and do that on her own. Ermina, thanks for joining us today. Cheers.
Cheers.
We're
Thank
almost
you
here.
to inviting me.
Well, you're the first guest. We just went and had lunch. Did you like it?
I loved it. I really loved it and enjoyed it. And thank you very much for being the first guest in this podcast. I'm really looking forward to see which one will be the next ones.
Absolutely. Let's go directly to the core of the question. You work in transforming companies in the fashion space, helping companies go from more traditional processes to more, digital ones, specifically in product creation, which is, the big kind of, money saver, I think. How do you transform a company? How do you transform a fashion brand?
Oh, very direct question. How I approach to transform a company, it's by looking at the intersection between people, processes, and technologies. That's what I'm like. What I think is very core to transform the companies and the business itself. So really to deep dive in, what's the vision of the company, which are their needs, and also really looking at people and processes that they are having nowadays and technologies that is available nowadays. So trying really to find the right intersection. Right. It's not about the technology itself. It's not about the people itself or the processes itself. It's really in the middle. If you can actually see 360 and really go to that deep and that intersection, that is like where the real transformation begins with the companies.
I like the 360. Let's take a step back. How did you start in fashion? Why did you decide to go start your career in fashion? Tell us a bit more about yourself. If we step out of LinkedIn for a second, who is Ermina?
Okay, so Ermina. Wow. I was born in Albania, and when I was 10 years old, I moved to Italy with my family. And since very young, I was very interested on design, art, and architecture, fashion in general. Well, we as a family, we are all designers. My brother is a comic designer, yeah.
Like a graphic novel?
Yeah,
okay.
And my father, he loves doing portraits, so we were all drawing. Then for me, it was like, okay, at the beginning I wanted to become like a manga designer. Completely another thing.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. But then since I moved to Italy, then the cultural, of course, influenced me. And as well, what I loved and I liked about fashion itself is like, no matter where you are, you can bring fashion with you. So since I'm like a person as well that loves moving and traveling and getting to know new people, cultures, I really love the fact that except for photography and architecture, and art and design, fashion itself, you can bring the fashion with you to the new space, the new people, the new moments that you are facing with like this moment between me and you. So I can bring fashion with me.
For sure.
That's what I like about fashion. And I can express myself. I can what I express with fashion, with the wardrobe that I'm wearing or jewelry. It's like I'm bringing a little bit part of me and my cultural, what I see, my lens of this art with me to you and to the rest of the people that are around me.
That's beautiful. So when you got started, were you thinking in a way of like, okay, I'm good at this art stuff, I'm good at drawing, how to make a living out of this, or it was like passion for dressing and for manufacturing of garments? And
yeah, I mean, for me, it was natural. I was designing girls with her outfits.
Right.
So I was like, okay, maybe I should study fashion.
Okay.
So I started to study fashion in Padua and Veneto area in north of Italy. And then naturally became like I started to put my hands on, like creating patterns and creating my own clothes, designing my own style. So I started like this, and then because I was also curious about the new technologies out there, I started as well like 2D technologies like Illustrator, for example, that time to designing clothing. And thanks to my brother as well, I started to use 3D architecture.
Okay.
And then 3D clothing. So that's how it started, actually. I was helping my brother to create 3D backgrounds in order for him to design on top, basically, to use them as a reference.
That's how it got started, actually.
Yeah. So that, and then it's like, I think it was like destiny. It was some like moments of happens between, I mean, people get to know this person, that occasion, that specific moment, which it appears that I was like, I get the possibility to use those 3D technology that it was before in the gaming industry, and as well architecture and technology in a sportswear company. This is how, when I started actually utilizing 3D as a designer, as a 3D designer in a sportswear company.
So the first time you used 3D in production and you helped transform and do this kind of new type of process was in sportswear, in this sportswear company.
Yeah.
In Italy.
In Italy, in Colmar. Yeah.
Okay. You've traveled a lot.
But not that much, but yeah, a little bit. I wish I could do more.
And do you feel like you mentioning 3D comes from 3D in fashion for you came from architecture and maybe
gaming, yeah.
Before gaming, do you feel like fashion is always adopting things like a bit later, or do you think this is only in the case of 3D?
That's a good question. Not sure about that. I mean, for what I experienced, for sure, like 3D, it was something that fashion adopted later on compared to other industries like architecture, automotive, manufacturing, and design. I believe it is because there is much more like a tradition within those processes and design and craftsmanships, as well emotions that you are trying to give. And as well, the technology itself at that time wasn't able to create real-time simulations of clothing. Right. Clothing itself with the technology, it always has been very difficult to simulate because it needs a lot of power and it's a lot of calculations in real time in order to have like the results of the physics of the reality.
Do you think that applies to AI as well now? Like we're seeing a transformation from 3D to AI. Do you think it's similar, or AI has a completely different set of challenges?
I think it's like a little bit different.
Okay.
But they share some common use cases in fashion industry, in my point of view.
Okay. How was then you moved to Barcelona, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, I did a little bit of, I was working in this, after Colmar, I was working in VF International for Napapiri.
What year is this?
Wow, I don't remember. You're asking like numbers, it's not like. But it was, I guess, 4 or 5 years ago.
Okay.
5 years ago for sure. Then for 1 year, I was working in VF for Napapiri. Which actually in that time, for example, I didn't only implement 3D itself, but I also like implemented adjusted other processes and introduced like project management softwares. So it wasn't not only like introducing technology, 3D technology within the brand, but as well like how to leverage and manage all of the changes of the processes itself.
Why does the fashion industry need digital product creation? Like, if someone's watching us and like, okay, I do with sketches by hand, I talk to my providers, why did you feel digital product creation was the future? And now you're right, but back then, what made you think that that was necessary?
That's a good question. I mean, for me, what I was thinking at that time, it was like I needed to, as a designer at the beginning, to communicate as efficiently as possible,
Okay.
and as faster as possible,
Okay.
basically. So I was trying to develop the designs 3D dimensionally, or to develop them, because in this case it was like not seeing them anymore in 2D, but seeing them in 3D. Now I can see them in AI, with AI. So I needed to express what I was thinking as faster as possible in order to take decisions with all the rest of the stakeholders. So that was for me like the key point. I needed to use technology in order to express myself as fast as possible, as best as possible, what I was thinking in my head, So today wasn't that I needed to wait for 2 or 3 weeks in order to see my product for real, physical, and then managers touch it, see it, and okay, yes, I like it, don't like it. So I don't think this is gonna be sold in the market, or sell in the market. So I need to take decisions faster, basically.
Okay.
That was my reason at the beginning.
So you're saying before 3D or before AI, it could take a long time to see the product, right?
Yeah.
Or the first sample.
Yeah.
And then that was actually not really good for creative exploration, or for creative direction, or for product development.
Yeah.
Because it took so long to see the result, and then decisions need to be made, and then you need to do a modification, and then get the thing back, wait another 3 weeks?
Yes.
Okay, so it was about shortening the time spent on or the time spent on product development.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you see any difference in the way maybe upper market, more luxurious brands go after implementing this kind of technologies versus more mass market brands? Like, do you think they see it the same way? They don't care so much about speed? What's your take?
I think, they don't care that much speed on that case. They still, and makes sense to me somehow, believe a lot of craftsmanship, on the emotional, on the touch, on the feeling of things. So they can wait, or they want to wait in order to see what designers and their creativity wants to showcase with those new collections. I think because still maybe for certain nuances we are not there yet with the technology in order to like mold it as much as possible as we want to use it in order to express ourselves.
Yeah.
So I think that is a reason why it's like maybe depends on the use cases of the luxury brands, how they want to use it and when they want to use it. Maybe in the rest of the industries, on the type of companies, they want to speed the time to market.
For sure.
And have like a smoother and quicker communication between the whole value chain, and unlock the potential of those digital product creation to the for the rest of the people and the processes within the company.
Makes sense. Did you feel resistance from other colleagues when trying to implement these kind of technologies? In the case of 3D, then we can talk about AI later. But in the case of 3D, did you feel resistance from more traditionally minded maybe designers?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think it's a common thing about the technologies in general. That is like what people usually don't get it. I mean, my point of view is like it's normal to resist. It's
sure.
like at the beginning as well. I mean, nowadays we are using way more ChatGPT or other type of technology like this that we are introducing them daily. But it is because it's a language that feels way more similar to how we think and how we operate as a human being versus like if we are introducing probably, or when we were introducing the 3D technology, it was like a different, it is still like a different type. So people, it's natural to resist. We are made of like our habits and we repeat ourselves. So in order to introduce to new habits, it's like takes you a little bit of more like courage and then like how I say, I forgot the name of this now in English. Effort, basically.
For sure.
Yeah. To adopt those new ways of thinking, of doing. So that's the main reason. I think it's normal. But the point is like way more, you should know as a person and then as a brand, as a business, and how to unlock these potentials of those technologies and new processes, and to give the power to people itself to use them and to empower them in order to use those technologies and not the way around.
Yeah.
You know, I do not pretend you must use this technology. No, it's not that the point. It's more like, where do you feel this technology is going to help you to do what you are doing today better, faster, and well, to drive the growth in the business.
100%. Fully agree. Do you think it's the same case in AI? Like there's some, like it's for you, it's exactly the same as 3D in terms of resistance to change. You know, maybe some people are afraid it might take their jobs away, or they wanna, I don't know, they wanna let go of the craft. What's your experience been like so far?
Let me think a little bit about it, because I think that there are some things in common and some others that are different.
Okay, let's dive in.
So, for example, with 3D, there were like a moment, or there are still moments where you can use 3D and it's changing the way how you're doing certain things within the company.
Okay.
So certain use cases and technology nowadays, it's helping you way more than before to taking some decisions and to creating some type of digital product creation that really leverage this technology and helping you with your business needs. Then AI is as well like nowadays replacing some type of use cases because it is faster, way more effective. So you can use and leverage this technology better than before as well because it is a language way more similar. The output that they are producing way more similar, way more, how can I say, with higher fidelity of what human being is used to see as a final output of the digital product creation.
So 3D is higher fidelity?
No, AI.
AI is higher fidelity.
For certain things, it is higher fidelity versus 3D. For certain type of use cases. Then for other use cases, 3D has higher fidelity versus AI in fashion industry, in my point of view. For example, probably for me it is like more certain types of fits or fitting that you can do. Yeah.
3D is better at fitting than AI at the moment.
No, depending on what you are looking for.
Okay.
So like the simulations of the fabrics and the physics or versus the style.
Okay.
So you can, for example, this type of style, you can take decisions, style and color, you can take decisions on AI. Fabrics, yeah. But the physics, how this cut with this type of physics is going to react on this body. Not sure if AI can replicate that yet. For example, knitwear.
Yes.
We have worked on that before together. So.
Yes. Okay. Now maybe is a good. Yeah, go on.
Okay. So that's what I think. So I mean, the resistance of those two technologies, it really depends on, as I was saying, like nowadays you have to have like a clear vision how you want to use those technologies and which use cases really fits better your business needs. That's what I was saying. And so the adaptation of those technologies, it really depends on which people are there driving and using those technologies, which processes are you substituting or creating new processes or adjusting with technology, and which technology that you want to use.
We'll talk about how we work together at Mango, but now you're helping companies. My understanding is that you're helping companies do exactly that, no? This identification of processes and people and change and technologies. Tell us a bit more about what you do right now, if you want.
Yeah. I mean, right now, I'm working with startups as well, software houses, and as well with brand companies. I'm helping finding the intersection between, as you were saying, processes, people, and technology. What I'm very good at, starting with the vision. Which is the vision of the company, which are their business goals, understanding their level of technology. From there, we create the roadmap to transformation. We find it, we collaborate together, we work hand in hand in order to really figure out which is the core for the business in the short, medium, and long term.
Okay. So you've been doing this for how long now, independently?
From March. Well, how many months are? 7, 8?
Okay.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Oh, thank you.
Because this comes from your experience, and this is where we met, at Mango.
Yeah.
Right? We're in Barcelona filming this. Mango is in Barcelona.
Yeah.
Sort of. And it's we really appreciate the brand here. It's one of the world's biggest retailers.
Yeah.
And they're doing a lot of super amazing things with AI, including with Fermat, no? So
very innovative.
We met during our proof of concept stage there, where you were leading the 3D department, right? 3D digital product creation department.
Yeah.
How was that experience?
It was great and challenging as well. I mean, since I started my career, I always started like in the companies where they already use sort of technology, 3D or AI. So my challenge, it was always like, okay, tell me why we should use those technologies and where. So my experience over there, it was this, like I started to understand the company itself, the culture, and I love the fact that they are very innovative and very entrepreneurial mindset as well. Every person in the company, which is like helps a lot. This is the reason why it was very fast to understand which use cases works perfectly for the company. And everybody was like, we want technology to work with us.
Bring it in, right?
We want to figure out what's the best for us to do with those in the market and really quickly adopting it. So that was my experience. We started with like some existing projects and with more than 150 initiatives. We wanted to do a lot, internal initiatives. We wanted to do a lot of things, but yeah, you have to make sure that it's the technology right there. Are the processes right there for this technology? Are the right people right there for this? Because you cannot like change everything so quickly.
The culture, the tech, the process, for sure.
Everything. So we really nailed it down in the end for the few ones that stayed, which ones were
for the use cases, you mean?
Yeah, for the right use cases, which one that were like the best, the higher ROI and the faster one. one of the things that I've learning in Bango, which I loved and liked, because before I was working a lot in sportswear company.
Okay.
So the time to market is longer than the fashion. Yeah, it's longer.
Right.
You have for designing the product. Yeah,
Okay.
it's longer.
Because it's more specialized, or what's the reason behind it?
Yes, because we design for just a few times of the year versus the fashion industry is like every 3 months you have to have new product in the market.
How often does Mango release a new collection?
Every 2-3 months you have a lot of new things in the market, new collections in the market. So
like smaller drops, like does that happen every
as well?
few weeks?
Yeah.
Like okay.
So that's the reason. So for me, it was like, okay, this is very challenging. Okay. I love it. So let me figure out how we can use the technology nowadays in order to speed up the time to market, and how to leverage this internally.
Did you apply, or did they reach out to you?
They reach out to me.
Really?
Yeah. Okay. They always reach out to me.
Very cool. That means you're doing something right.
I guess so, yeah. I'm trying to do my best, what I have with all my skills. With my experience, and for me, it's like, I love this fact because it feels that for me, I'm really helping this industry, and people really trust you way more because they come to you with a problem. I'm not like selling them. What I'm doing is like, they come to you with a problem, and by talking to me, they figuring out that I'm the right fit for them. So that is exactly what I'm looking for. And you have the challenge. Then let me figure out if I can help you. And if it's that, perfect. Let's go work together and figure it out. And that is exactly what I'm looking for me. It's like helping brands and people.
We're living through a process of incredible change with AI. It's going super fast. Adoption is fast. People are excited. There's a lot of hype. Designers want AI. They're asking for it to their, kind of board members. And it's kind of, the board is also like, what are we doing in terms of AI? This is all across the board, not only in fashion. But we're seeing these different motions, right? And my kind of tough question here is 3D dead? Or is 3D dying? I see some workflows that people are taking 3D outputs and going through AI to improve them and things like that. But how do you see it? Like, is 3D dead?
That's a good question. I loved it a lot. It really depends on like the use cases of the business itself.
Okay.
In my point of view, and what we are looking for.
So it's faster, easier to learn. So on and so on, right?
Yeah. So, but for example, like one of the things that I don't know, maybe it depends on the type of companies, but there are like 3D integrations in the website, in the e-commerce website. Okay. So you can see like 360 of the product itself. We are not using, but I was thinking that probably we are going to use it as a product, but like the augmented reality itself as well. So you need 3D for that.
For sure, yeah. For the end consumer?
Yeah, for the end consumer. Can be as well the B2B, because if you want to sell and you want to see like the size of it, not only seeing it in the 2D image. So you might need 3D, or you might need 3D as well for fitting purposes as well, even though it's not 100% has the real fitting, but can help in some cases.
Okay.
So I believe that for those things that, for those use cases where the output it was using 2D image, of course we are going to move forward to AI versus actually 3D.
So the photo studio is dying.
Whatever 2D output we want to need and use in the company. But if we want 3D output, 3-dimensional, and then we want to use it in augmented reality or in virtual reality, whatever, then you might need 3D. So it really depends on which use cases you are using in the company. Okay. Then, therefore, you have to use which technology. You need to use which technology.
From what you've seen, how is AI, or how is AI changing your work actually as a designer, or when you were doing design work 8 months ago?
I mean, way years ago actually. Well, my team was doing it, but
Your team. How was AI? How is AI changing the way that your team worked?
I think in general, like AI, it's speeding up the whole processes in general, the creative processes in general. You are doing more error, to finding out the right output that you want to
so you're
communicate.
Making more mistakes.
Yeah, I mean, figuring out before what you want, actually, what you really want to communicate with all the teams, what your vision is looking like. So this is what I'm thinking. I mean, for me, it's like it's helping way more the creative process, or depending on the tools, might be slowing away way more creative process, and depending on the processes itself. So, and on the people, how they're using those AI tools. So really, actually, it depends.
You need training.
Like, for example, let's make an example. So I don't know. I want to have a replacement of the pattern itself in a 2D image.
Yeah.
Maybe now with AI, I can like put the pattern, put the 3D garment or the 2D image of the garment of the product, whatever, and make AI doing it by itself.
Yeah.
And then before it was, I need to place it over here, I need to put it over here. Then it's
time consuming.
Of course, sure. It's time consuming. So that might be something that is like, okay, it's faster, it's easier. It is exactly what I was looking for.
Specific workflows.
Yeah, specific use case.
Okay, again, same thing, huh?
Yeah. So, or maybe if I want to, I don't know, create a campaign, then I want to have a specific feeling, a specific angle of a camera, or something new that we haven't seen yet before in the market. So you don't have something that you have been used in the reality nowadays as a reference. Yeah, that you have trained the model, and with the endless possibility of the training of the model that is not giving you the creativity of the thinking of the emotion that you are looking behind of it with your vision. So that might probably slow the process for you to find and refine what you were looking for and how to communicate, what you want to communicate, versus what you usually do. It's like all the tools that you think or you have been using in order to communicate the campaign or the creative campaign, of the message behind it, as you want to see it and tell it.
You're touching different parts of the process, right? So inspiration, or even trend to inspiration, then product development.
Yeah.
Technical development.
Yeah, as well.
Huge, potential
huge topic,
there.
Yes,
and then marketing, sales, B2B sales, right?
Yeah.
In product development specifically, are we speeding up with AI? Shapes, colors, patterns.
Yeah. For sure. Versus 3D as a technology. Yeah. Versus 2D probably as well. So for sure, depending on.
So net positive.
Yeah, we are speeding versus 3D for sure. Depending on the use cases, can be from 3 times faster or 16 and up until 16 times faster. For example, for certain type of outfit combinations.
For key looks, for lookbooks,
Other things might be slower on decisions. Can be probably take those decisions in 2D. It really depends on the itself, on how the business, how the brand is working, how they are taking decisions. It really depends on the people, how they are used to take decisions. For example, I make an example when I was using 3D, which was very curious to me. In manufacturers were using to see 2D illustration, and therefore they were imagining. They were trained with this 2D illustration. The garments, it was designed as a flat garment, putting on the table. So with all the stitching and all these designs on 2D, they were trained based on how you were designing in 2D. To translate those 2D designs in the garment itself. So then when you were giving 3D, which 3D was way more three-dimensional, so you have the front, back, and the I'll say this.
The side.
They were like, I don't know how to translate this. Where like I'm missing the stitches. I'm missing like they had difficulty to translate from 3D to actual product because they were used to think and translate from 2D to actual product.
When in reality, 3D is closer, no?
Yeah, 3D is closer.
AI render is closer
as
to
well.
the product.
Exactly.
Okay,
that's the point. So yeah, so that's the point. It was like one of the things that I've discovered like 12 years ago when I was like super surprising me as well. Because it really depends how your brain is trained.
We see a lot of providers and manufacturers now also start using AI to present to the brands, right? Because a lot of brands don't design so much.
Yeah.
They pick and choose and match trends with the providers, what the providers can make.
Yes.
So we see providers adopt AI. Have you heard of this? Like, have you seen this as well?
Yeah, as well, of course, because it's easier and faster to communicate with the brand and telling them, with images, do you need this or not? So I'm not gonna produce it.
It's sales, right? It's sales material. It's more appealing.
Yeah. For that reason.
We're getting to the end.
Okay, sadly.
Sadly, we're in the middle of this revolution at the moment. What are we going to be speaking about in 2 years from now in this podcast?
2 years from now?
Yeah.
Oof, not sure.
Or 10 years from now, whatever is easiest for you.
No, not sure. I mean, what I'm like, I wish we can talk more and really deep dive more on how to use those technologies for the businesses and really how fast we are adopting them and changing them. But I would like to say something to be a little bit careful about using those technologies and understanding, because as a human being, we are humans where we need a little bit of time of getting to new habits. We learn and we do things by repetition.
Okay.
So whatever technology we are using, we need a little bit more time to adapt ourselves, to understand fully them, and really integrating those technologies within our daily life and taking the best of it in order to be more creative, solving things in the way that serves humans, and communicating with as best as possible through fashion in this case, between each other. So I mean, technology can help us speed the processes, being way more efficient, communicate better. But we must to remember that we need time to adopt these technologies and not let them not learn. We need to learn with them, not only let them doing things for us. Otherwise, we are not actually adopting it within our businesses. We will forget how we want to do things or how we want to be creative. We will do things because we have used to do things in this way.
Okay.
We are not actually doing new stuff in the market. Don't know if I explain myself in this.
During lunch, you mentioned the latest track video release from Rosalia.
Yeah.
You said something about AI and creativity. Do you mind sharing it again?
Okay. Something that it really speaks to you, right? I mean, yeah. I think
huge fan of Rosalia here.
Yeah, me too. So it really I think was one of the examples where, from my point of view, it's AI, I mean, can replicate what we have already done, on how you train those data. But in the end, creativity is connecting with people, with your humanity,
right.
empathizing. So in case of this song, which I liked a lot, and I mean, the Rosalia itself is exactly this. It's going in the core, in the deep. It's it is using what is already available around her and really taking those pieces that speaks to you, to me, to everybody in the core, And that's the reason why, like, I think I love this masterpiece, and I cannot wait to see and
Already
hear.
masterpiece.
Yeah, from my point of view, but yeah, I cannot wait to hear more from her.
Well, thank you, Ermina, for joining us today.
Thanks to you.
For your insights.
Thanks for you to inviting me. Really
you so
enjoying
much.
it.
See you next time.
Until next time.
Qué bueno es este vermut.